Okay, good morning, everyone, and welcome to John Palani Collegiate Institute. My name is Antonio Santos. I'm the principal of the school. And I'd like to start us off first, before our national anthem, with the land acknowledgement. So please stand for the land acknowledgement and then the playing of our national anthem. I would like to acknowledge this school is situated upon traditional territories. The territories include the Wendat, the Anishinaabe Nation, the Haudenosaunee Confederacy, the Mississaugas of the New Credit First Nation, and the Métis Nation. The treaty that was signed for this particular parcel of land is collectively referred to as a Toronto Purchase and applies to lands east of Brown's Line to Woodbine Avenue and north towards Newmarket. I also recognize the enduring presence of Indigenous peoples on this land. Now please continue standing for the playing of our national anthem. Thank you. Thank you. Can you hear me with this? Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me with this? Actually, they told me that elementary school girls always had a really loud voice and will respond when asked a question. Can you hear me with this? All right, thank you. So welcome to John Palani Collegiate Institute. I am the principal. I am very proud of our school and proud to welcome you here today. I've been doing the sort of STEM work for a major portion of my teaching career, but most recently for the last number of years, and some of your teachers that are here with you today probably experienced some of the things we work together for the Central STEM Department. Now, one of the issues we always have when we talk about STEM, S-T-E-M, and you all know what they stand for, correct? Can I hear it? Okay, science, technology, engineering, and math. But one of the things I want to stress upon that, and what we've stressed along and with other things that we've done, is it is not just those four exclusive. Some will talk about STEAM, including the arts. Some will talk about STREAM, S-T-R-E-A-M, science, technology, robotics, engineering, arts, and math. I choose to call it S-C-H-O-O-L. Start creating highly original and organic learning. School for short. Chuckle, chuckle. All right, thank you. Okay, but the point is, school is important. It is school, this is where you learn. And it's through the engaging, purposeful lessons of the teachers that provide you with the authentic inquiries and problem-based learning that you will get to utilize the various disciplines that you learn in a purposeful and meaningful way. And we would hope that as you develop your goals, your dreams, and your aspirations, some of those will lead into the vast cornucopia of the STEM fields. Whether you become a technician, building, an engineer, developing, a doctor, healing, a programmer, coding, a mathematician, calculating, a lawyer, litigating, and so forth, we hope that you will develop your dreams, your passions, your aspirations, and continue to grow and to develop into what you want to be. And we think that after today, part of the areas of STEM will become a little bit more relevant and purposeful to you as you get to experience the vast workshops that we have prepared for you here today. So whether you come from King Edward in the south, let's hear it for King Edward. Okay. We have Ellesmere in the east, we have Fairbanks in the west, we have Greenholm in the north, and everything in between. All of you are welcome here at JPCI, and we look forward to having an engaging, purposeful workshops that are being presented for you here today, and you'll get to meet some of the successful entrepreneurs, scientists, and professionals that have developed in various areas and various fields in their careers. So continue to enjoy the day. I know that you will be STEMified, that you will continue STEMming, and if all you Star Wars fans are out there, may the STEM be with you. Have a great day. And just before I leave the stage, I'd like to pass it on to my colleague, Ms. Nicole Anthony, who is kind of responsible for a lot of this here today. And she deserves not only a big round of applause, but a heartfelt thank you and appreciation for all her work.
Happy International Women's Day. Welcome to Metamorphisi, a conference inspiring girls and celebrating women in the fields of STEM. Thank you to John Polanyi Collegiate Institute for hosting today's event, and to our many sponsors, workshop hosts, speakers, volunteers, supporters, teachers, school administrators, guests, and finally you, the students. We have 400 amazing students representing 22 schools in the TDSB that has become an annual event for the celebration in the advancement of girls and women in STEM. Please give yourselves a round of applause. Without you today, would not be possible. My name is Nicole Anthony, and I'm here because of you. We are here because of you. This event is only possible, you guessed it, because of you. Because you are curious, we will create a cure for cancer. Because you are brave, we will bring about change and develop global clean energy solutions. Because you are fearless, you will inspire other girls to find and thrive in STEM. Because of you, humankind will achieve amazing things. I know it. Do you? Do you? I know it because you are curious, because you are brave, and because you are fearless. And today, as we explore the STEM fields together, each and every one of you will excel and do some amazing things. You will take all that you experience today and use it to inspire lifelong learning amongst yourselves and your peers. This Metamorphisi Girls STEM Conference is today because it's International Women's Day, a day to celebrate the achievements of girls and women around the globe who have done and are doing incredible things to make the positive changes in our world. To make the positive changes, our world needs to become more equitable and inclusive. Research shows that females are less inclined to pursue and sustain careers in STEM fields. But this is not due to a lack of interest from STEM in girls, or interest in STEM from girls. Your presence here today proves that. Today is a day to collaboratively dismantle the challenges and roadblocks that girls face in their pursuit of their dreams in STEM, your dreams in STEM. This room, your schools, your communities are all filled with people who value your curiosity, and with your bravery and fearless passion, you will show the world that STEM belongs to you, and you belong in STEM. We have a wonderful day planned for you, filled with cool activities and inspiring people who will show you to never stop chasing your dreams. And as you navigate through the day, I want you to say this to yourself. I am brave. I am curious. I am fearless. Can you say it with me? Are you ready? I am curious. I am fearless. Once more. I am brave. I am curious. I am fearless. Keep chanting that to yourselves. You are truly awesome. You are awesome because today you took a chance to step out of your comfort zone and feed your curiosity, to fuel your ambition, and most importantly, to have fun while you're doing it. Thank you for being here today, for helping to make my dreams for you come true, and for being the future trailblazers in STEM that I know you will come to be. Thank you and welcome again on behalf of the JPCI family. And at this time, I would like to call our TDSB trustee, Jennifer Arp, to bestow greetings from the board. There you go. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Anthony, and good morning, everyone. On behalf of the Toronto District School Board, welcome to John Polanyi Collegiate for Metamorphisi 2018. As trustee, I am technically not supposed to have favorite schools, but I do have to tell you that John Polanyi is my favorite school in the Toronto District School Board. And it is because of days like today that make it that way. International Women's Day is a celebration. It's a celebration of what it means to be a girl and what it means to be a woman. And today, you get to celebrate your curiosity in science and math and engineering. When I was your age, I loved science. It was one of my favorite subjects, and I had an incredible woman teacher. And that curiosity took me through high school until I got to grade 11. I went to a performing arts high school, and I was a dance major. And in grade 11, I chose to take chemistry. And I walked into that room, and on the first day, the teacher said to me, "Why are you here in chemistry? All the dancers take biology." Exactly. I didn't like biology. I liked chemistry. And I have to tell you that that was the last science class I took. So today, I want you to look and explore and then take that with you as you go into whatever you choose to do next. Because it's not just about today, it's about tomorrow and the years ahead. We need you. We need you in science, we need you in math, we need you in engineering, we need you to be trailblazers, we need you to change the world. And with that, I have the honor of introducing our keynote speaker today, who is an incredible, incredible woman, someone that I look up to a lot. I've known her for a very long time now, since before she was famous. Because she is my cousin. I know. When she comes up here, though, you will be, how are these two cousins? She's actually my husband's cousin. She is Vanessa Vakharia, the math guru, rock star, amazing woman, and she will inspire you today. So with that, Vanessa.
I just turned it on. Is that okay? Can you guys hear me? Yeah, like the mic's working? Okay. Hi. Okay, hold on. Let's make sure I know how to. Yes, okay. Hi. I'm Vanessa. Nice to meet you. Okay, so I just want to say welcome. Those were some amazing motivational and inspirational talks. Before I start talking about things, I'm going to introduce myself. I'm Vanessa. This is me. That's me in a band that I'm in called Goodnight Sunrise, and that's me as the math guru. So I think it's really interesting when you meet people and people are like, "Hi, who are you?" And often feel the need to categorize ourselves in terms of like our jobs or our friends. Cool thing is like there's about it. These are the two things that take up the most of my time in life, but there's other things about me you should know, like I like crunchy peanut butter more than I like smooth peanut butter. On that one, yes, right? I really lipstick, like I like lip gloss a lot more because I talk a lot and like to drink coffee and lipstick gets everywhere. I like hunting, I like hanging out with friends. Like there's all sorts of things that make me me, and I'm sure there's all sorts of things that make you you. So that's just the beginning. But first, let's just talk about why we're even here right now. So when I tell people that I'm going to present at a conference for women in STEM, which I'm always super excited about, and I do it all the time, people are often like, but why do we need that? Like, I don't get it. Like, why is there a conference just for girls in STEM? And the truth is, there are lots of reasons, but the main reason is that because there aren't a lot of women in STEM. When you look at jobs, there aren't a lot of women in the fields of like science, technology, engineering, and math. There just aren't. And why does that even matter? Well, if you think about it, like think of the planet and who's on the planet And the fact that like when you get a job, you're trying to do something, right? You're doing something with your life. Most of us are trying to do something to make the world a better place. Isn't it kind of weird to think that like, oh yeah, I've just used this. Do you want me to turn this off? There's so many microphones. Okay, all right. Or 3 times the charm. Okay, so I was in high school and I wanted to be Britney Spears. I should say that again because that's an important fact. So in grade 11, I actually failed math 2 times in a row. And all of my friends and my teachers at the school were like, yeah, that totally makes sense. Like, you want to be Britney Spears. Like, like people who are into artsy stuff, like, they're not normally good at math. And I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Like, that totally makes sense. I'm just not, and I'm sure we've heard this all before, a math person. So I just thought that. Well, my parents, like, they weren't so down with my plan to become Britney. Like, they were like, you should probably get an education. So they sent me to an alternative school down the street. So this alternative school was like this super hippie vibe school, okay? Like, you didn't wear shoes, and like, we called teachers by their first names, and there were only 100 kids, and there was no such thing as a math person. So I remember I walked into my school, and I went to math class, and I told my teacher, this is going to be really hard. Like, I failed twice, and I'm not really a math person. And she looked at me, and she goes, what's a math person? And I was like, oh, what? Like, isn't that a thing that we all know about? Okay, anyways, not to brag, I ended that year with 99% in grade 11 math. I ended up taking calculus the next year. I got 99, was really aiming for that 100, pretty rough. But then I got 100% in first year calculus. So whatever. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Aw. Again, I'm not saying this to brag or be like, we need to get hundreds, but the point was insane, right? Like, I had been told by tons and tons of people that I was not a math person, that like, I just couldn't do this thing because I was the type of person who wanted to be Britney Spears. Okay? Not cool. So I was literally like, this is completely insane. This called into question my whole life. So the thing is, what happened once I finally realized I could do math? Was I like, oh my God, I need to become a rocket scientist. I'm going to Mars. Like, I'm doing all the things math and science. No, I still wanted to be Britney Spears. So that did not change. But what happened was I realized I could do anything. Like, if I could do this thing that I'd been told by society, by my friends, by my teachers that I couldn't do, and I just did it like pretty well, then what did that mean? It means that I can do anything on this entire planet. So what did I do? A lot of things. So we're not going to go through my whole life. But the reason I wanted to put up this slide is because I feel like we're so obsessed with being like, oh my God, what do we want to do for our entire lives? We need to decide right now. We need to take all the math and science courses. Otherwise, all the doors are going to close. And it's like, let's chill for a second. Okay? Realizing you can do anything on the planet means you can do anything on the planet and you can take your time. So what did I do even? I went to like university and I got a business degree because I wanted to be in advertising. Then I got a graphic design degree because I wanted to like design ads. Then I was like, this is boring. So I became a teacher. Then I loved being a teacher and then I taught in a classroom and I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. I can't handle it. Then I left teaching and was like, I need to go to India and like study yoga. So I did that. Like, I just did all these things. And all along the way, the one lesson that stayed with me is I can do all these things because I can do anything. So if I want to do this thing, I've already proved to myself that I've like overcome the biggest hurdle in my life to that point. So I started doing all these amazing things. And all along the way, my path always led me back to teaching. And it led me back to teaching because I was like, I can't believe that this crazy thing happened to me where I was going through my whole life thinking I was this type of person that was incapable and I was proven wrong. I can't let this happen to any other kids. So let's like go back a bit. So I go to teachers college at some point on this journey. Okay, this was like before India. I go to teachers college and I'm doing my practicum at a high school. And my story is kind of like Jennifer Arts. I walk into the math department and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so excited to change kids' lives. And the head of the math department looks at me and goes, but what's a pretty girl like you doing being a math teacher? And I'm like, is this 1932? Like, what is happening? So that was insane. I end up teaching and having like the best time, but I'm realizing that I'm seeing some crazy patterns in my classroom. So I'm teaching grade 10 math at this point, and there are all these like super smart girls, and they have no confidence. So like one of them will I'll give them a test back and be like, you got 100 on your test. Can you go put this question up on the board? And they're like, oh my God, no, I can't. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. And I'm like, but you got 100 you got the question right. And they're like, but I just don't know. It's a fluke. Like, so I thought, this is so nuts. This reminds me of me, kind of. It reminds me of like just having this feeling that I couldn't do something that even though I could, right? So I ended up going to the University of British Columbia, and I studied this. I studied this for years. I did interviews with tons of kids your age, tons of kids at grade 9, to try to figure out what the problem was. And it always came down to a bunch of things. But one of the things is something we don't talk about a lot, which is like the messaging we get all the time. So it's so awesome if you have a supportive school. That's like one of the biggest things. And if you have supportive parents and if you have supportive friends, and you have to realize that not everyone has that. And if you can be that for someone else, you can seriously change their lives. But also to think about what we're told when we walk around by advertisements, by stores, by the media, by the TV shows you watch. Like, we all have a role in making sure that those messages are positive. If you see something you don't like, or if you see something that tells you you can't be something, stop watching it. Tweet them, write a letter, talk to your friends. It's crazy how much power there actually is in this room to make this stuff change, to really change the world. So back to like who I am right now. As I said, this is me. So I started this band, which I've been in for 6 years, and I started a tutoring company. So after I did all that stuff and that research, I was like, we need a place, like we need a safe space where girls can come in, where there are no stereotypes, there's no such thing as a math person. We just like light candles and do math, and it's super chill. And like that's my way of using what I learned through STEM to instigate what I think is meaningful change. That's just me. What's so insane is like both of these industries that I'm in music and I'm in STEM. They're both industries where women are consistently put down. There's not a lot of girls in either of these fields. So I put together like a little collage. I literally went on Google. All I typed in was women in STEM, women in music, and instantly this stuff came up. Like, there's so few, what's going on? If you look, the top, this is your right? The top right, that's a festival poster, like for a music festival, okay? The one on the left is the full lineup of all the artists in the festival. The one on the right is what happened when they took out all the female artists. Those were the only artists left. And it's nuts because I'm like, how did I end up in two places where I'm constantly told I don't belong? What does that mean? You know, I get off stage at a show and I'll tell someone that I'm a math teacher and they'll be like, but you don't look like a math teacher. And I'm like, what? I don't know what that means. That's weird. Or I'm a math teacher and I'll tell someone I'm in a rock band and they'll be like, that's so crazy. Like, that's so weird that you do both. So again, we're constantly told that it's like a strange place to be in. And I think that can be like really, really hard. I think it's hard for us to be in this room acknowledging that we're here partially because we're told we don't belong in certain places and that we've been put down and we've been discouraged. And the question is, what are we going to do with that? Are we going to let that put us down? Are we going to let that dictate what we do? Or are we going to say, really, is that a challenge? Because guess what? I accept. So I'm going to go through a few lessons that I've sort of learned on this journey and that hopefully you can take away today and it will help you in your journey. So the first is my favorite. If it doesn't challenge you, probably won't change you. So again, thinking about that idea that, you know, when someone says to me, like, I don't think you can, I'm like, really? Well, I'm going to prove you wrong. And we can take that two ways. It's hard. Again, this stuff is hard. It's not easy. It's not easy to all of a sudden be confident. You're not going to just be like, guess what? I'm confident because I decided I'm going to be. But you can help your friend be confident. You can remind yourself that you're capable of doing things. You can do things that challenge you. So, you know, you can probably tell by now how much I love little stories. I'm going to tell you about my latest challenge. Okay, guys, has anyone here surfed before? Okay, well, good for you guys. Okay, because let me tell you about my experience with surfing. So I went to Costa Rica 2 weeks ago, and I was like, in my mind, I'm like, I'm going to learn how to surf. Okay, I don't want to learn how to surf. I'm not even a great swimmer. I just like, it looks so cool to surf. Like, you know, those people that are like flying on the waves and like whatever. And I was like, oh my God, like that could be me. Like I could be that person. Okay, what I really thought though is I could never be that person. I'm so clumsy. I can barely swim. I'm not the type of person that surfs. Sound familiar? And I was like, oh my God, I'm starting to think like those people who think there are math people. So because of that, I booked a flight to Costa Rica and I was like, I'm learning to surf. So I get to Costa Rica. I meet my surf coach. Oh my God. And I remember the first day I went and I stood in the ocean and I like looked at the waves and I literally just started like bawling my eyes out. I was like, I'm going to die. This is it. Like, this is the end. This is the end for me. Why did I decide to do this? So we go out, we learn to surf for an hour. I'm like literally it was like being in a washing machine, okay? It was horrible. And I was like, oh my God, I can't breathe. There's like salt water, like, oh my God, whatever. Next day I woke up and I was like, I don't want to do this, but I'm doing it. And I did it for 10 days. And the reason I did it is because I wanted to hate surfing because I hated surfing, not because I wasn't good at it yet. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I wanted to like give it a shot and see if I could, if like once I got good at it and put in the practice, if I still hated it. And that's how I feel about STEM. Honestly, if you don't like math, cool, whatever. Doesn't matter. But what you need to know is you have the ability to like math and you have the choice to like math. As long as you've put in your time, you've given it a shot, make whatever decisions you want in life. Now, I will say though, guess what happened on day 10? I caught a wave. And I remember, okay, thanks. I got, oh my God, guys. So I got on this wave, and I remember that morning, I was like, it was my last day, and I was like, I just hope my teacher doesn't show up. Like, I hope he just doesn't come, and then I can just avoid this whole thing. And I got out there, I caught a wave, and I was like the psycho on the wave, screaming all sorts. Like, parents were like covering their kids' ears. Like, they were like, okay. But it was the best feeling. It was like I was flying, and I was like, I get it. Like, I put in all this work because without practicing every day, without falling a bajillion times, without feeling anxious, without all of that, I never would have been flying on the water. Okay, that being said, I still don't think I like surfing. But now I like it's because I can, and I've decided that like being in a washing machine for an hour is not worth like 10 seconds of flying on a wave. Okay, so that's my lesson on that. The next one is this. Perfection is boring. Getting better is where all the fun is. On that same trip, I met a girl named Jen, and I remember one night we went to like karaoke or something. It was open mic, and she was like, I've never sang in public before. I'm a really bad singer, but I've always wanted to sing. And I was like, oh my God. I'm like, we're signing you up. And she was like, you know what? It's my goal. Like, her personal mission was to constantly do things that she's specifically not good at yet, so she can remind herself that perfection isn't the fun part. Like, there are tons of things that are fun without being like, first of all, perfection is a myth. We all know that. We can talk about that later. But like, it has nothing to do with being good at stuff. Just doing stuff can just be fun. So back to when I joined a band, I just want to do a little like then and now. So that's me like in my band 6 years ago, playing in a living room with 0 people watching because no one wanted to come see us because we sucked. And that's me now playing to 800 people at the Opera House. Now, when I was in that band, in the beginning, a guy came up to me after one of my shows, and he goes, I need to talk to you. I'm like, okay. And he goes, you are the worst singer I have ever heard in my life. Okay, to be fair, I wasn't a very good singer. Like, I hadn't trained at all. You guys know, my training was, right, is that I wanted to be Britney Spears. I consider that training. Like, I had watched her videos. So I was like, okay, well, guess what? I want to be in a band. So am I going to just, like, leave and, like, not do anything about this? No, I signed up for singing lessons. And I did them every single week. And now we have 3 albums. And people like our music. And people don't come up to me and tell me I suck. So that's also a bonus. Guys, so much clapping. Thank you. I feel like Britney now. My dreams are coming true. Okay, but that's the whole thing, is like, every time stuff like this happens, like, I kind of love when people tell me they think I suck. Like, I kind of am into it. Because I'm always like, really? Okay, I see that challenge and, like, X, Y, Z. Or I'm just like, really? Because if I suck, then I'm really starting from the bottom and I have nowhere to go but up. So that's also a bonus. Like, there's nothing, like, really bad about it. And also, like, people who tell you that kind of stuff, like, they have their own things to deal with, guys. Okay, so let's go back to why we're even here again. I'm going to wrap this up with a few life lessons and words of wisdom. So, you know what, though? I want to show you one more thing secretly. I'm doing this really fast because it's really funny. Okay, so one other thing that happened during this whole journey is I was on Canada's Smartest Person. Have you guys watched that? Do you know what it is, the show? Okay, I'm just going to show you this because it's actually so hilarious. Okay, so here's me. I don't know how we play stuff. Can this? I want to play this. Okay, I don't think I can do it, but I'll reenact it. That's like literally what I do in that video. And the reason why, so I get on the show, and if you guys don't know what Canada's Smartest Person is, it's like a show about different types of intelligence. Okay, so like you go on, there's a bunch of challenges, like an artsy challenge, a math challenge, an English challenge, and people get eliminated every round. So I go on the show. Okay, this has to do with that stereotype thing I was telling you. I go on the show and I'm like, they introduce me and they're like, Vanessa, the math guru, the math genius. And I'm like, okay, like this is a lot of pressure. Like I'm starting to get freaked out right now. So I get through the first challenge. I get through the second challenge. I don't get eliminated, whatever. And then the third challenge is the math challenge. Okay, let me tell you what the math challenge is. It's like you're in a fake grocery store and you're buying things and you have to give change. And guys, this is so, like, I cringe, like, when I even think about this now. It was, like, so ridiculous. It was like, you bought an apple for $3 and you gave the cashier $4. How much change should you get back? Guys, oh my God. I didn't get it right. I didn't get it right. I put like $2 or something. I was freaking out. I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And then when I get it wrong, because everyone else gets it right, they're like, Vanessa, the math guru, gets the math question wrong. And I'm like, oh my God. But like, even though it kind of felt like the worst thing ever at the time, I was kind of like, this moment and surviving it was the best thing ever, because it kind of just made, I was like, I get it. People feel this way. It happens. You stress out. You get anxious. It doesn't mean I don't know what 4 minus 3 is, guys. Okay, you believe that, right? Like, I obviously know what it is, but in the moment, I just couldn't do it. Doesn't make me a worse person. Okay, let's move past that, because we all need to. Okay. So you clearly can tell I'm not over it. I'm like constantly going to schools being like, I know what 4 minus 3 is. Okay, hire me. Okay. All right. So why are we here? I'm here because of this. I want to inspire people. I do. I want people to look at me and to say that they didn't give up because of something I said or something I did. I want to make one of your lives better. I want you to all leave this room feeling like a smidge more awesome than you felt when you got here. I want you to feel awesome. But we all might be here for different reasons. Some of us are here because we love math and science. Some of us are here because we hate math and science and we want to love math and science. Some of us might be here because someone forced us to come here. I really don't know what your deal is, okay? But the point is, we're all here together, and I think I can say that on International Women's Day, we are all here because we think women are awesome, and we want to be a part of telling the world how awesome we are and making sure that everyone knows it and that we know it forever and ever. Thank you. So let's do a couple quick last minute things. Each time a woman stands up for herself, okay, each time one of you stands up for yourself, each time one of you tells someone, oh, really, you think I can't? Because guess what? I know I can. Or somebody puts you down and you stand up for a friend. Each time any of those things happen, you're standing up for all women. The more those things happen, the more you tell someone, no, I'm not going to take that for an answer. No, you can't tell me I'm too pretty to do this. No, 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 no. The more people just stop doing that because they're tired of hearing no as much as we are. My final words of wisdom are these 3 lines. Be strong, be open, and be you. I want to focus on being open for a second. When I went on that trip, I said to myself about surfing, I had all these ideas of what it was like and how I was going to suck and I just said, Vanessa, be open. No matter what you do, be open to liking it, be open to hating it, be open to the salt water up your nose, whatever, you know? And my nose was like really open to that. But honestly, being open-minded is how you discover yourself. I still don't know what I'm going to do with the rest of my life. Like, guys, maybe I will be Lady Gaga famous one day. Like, we don't know. No one knows the answer. So, yeah, follow me on Spotify, and my chances really increase. We'll talk about that later. But seriously, we have no idea what's going to happen. And the only way you're going to discover if you like math and science, if you like anything, like what, and it's just by being open-minded, okay? So, obviously, the answer is yes to this. What we're going to do for 2 seconds before I take the world's biggest selfie. Okay, it's definitely not the world's biggest, but we're going to take one. You're going to watch me learn how to use a selfie stick. It's going to be great for everyone. I want everyone to just think about the fact that there are 400 human beings in this room right now. There are 400 women in a world where women are not usually involved in STEM. Like, what? Okay, there are 400 of you. Just imagine for a second, if all of you guys decided to stand up for one another. Okay, like you see someone putting this person down, you're like, or like that happens to that person, you're like, no way. And there are all of a sudden 400 of you, like a crazy squad running around being like, no, we can all do STEM and maybe we want to, so let us decide for ourselves. Think about what an impact that would make. There really is, like, not to make a punny joke, but there really is power in numbers, right? Like, that's how things happen. If our voices can get louder than the voices that tell us no, that's how change happens. So I want everyone right now to turn to the person next to you. Do it, do it, do it. And you are going to say, if you don't know each other, introduce yourself and tell that person how awesome they are. Okay, what's it? Push the blue button? Okay. Okay, that's a lot of awesomeness. Oh, yeah, hug a friend. High five someone. Share the love. Okay, all right. This is good. A lot of love. Okay, how do I come back from this? Guys, you are amazing. You are actually amazing. Okay, this is the time I've been dreading because this is something I don't know how to do, but we all talked about how we're going to do that. So we're going to do this. For those of you who want to be in the picture, cool, face me, and we're just going to do a fun, let's do a hold up peace sign. Yeah, good idea. You got this. We'll do a hold up peace sign. Wait, this isn't a boomerang though. Okay, no. Let's not do boomerang. That's too tricky. Too tricky for my first time. So everyone's going to hold up a peace sign. Everyone who doesn't want to be in the picture, just turn around and hold up a peace sign. So let's everyone get up, first of all. Everyone stand. Oh my God, this looks so good. Okay, everyone assume positions. Okay, hold up the peace sign like right now. Okay, hold on. Okay, 1, 2, 3, yell something. Yes, girl power! Yay! You guys are the best. Okay, we are officially Morph 2018 squad. We are actually squad goals. You guys need to all be BFF, be friends with one another, follow me. We'll talk about it later. I love you guys. Thank you for listening to me, and I can't wait to see what you do in your life. I love selfie sticks.
Hello? What? Can you hear me? Amazing. Okay, we're going to get you out of here right fast because your workshops have started. I just want to say a quick thank you to our sponsors, Ryerson University, IBM, McMaster University, the University of Ontario Institute of Technology, the Lunenfeld Tannenbaum Research Institute, Niagara College of Canada, the Rotary Club Toronto Eglinton, and Lassonde School of Engineering at York University, and all of our amazing supporters that are here today. There's over 200 people here for you today. Take a look at your name tag. Your first workshop will have the workshop number and the room that you need to go to. You're going to zip out of the auditorium and head off to those workshops. Have a great morning.
I am not a stranger to the dark. Hide away, they say, 'cause we don't want your broken parts. I've learned to be ashamed of all my scars. Run away, they say, no one will love you as you are. But I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us, for we are glorious. When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna send the blood, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come, and I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen, I make no apologies. This is me. Another round of bullets, it's send a flood, gonna drown 'em out. This is brave, this is bruised, this is who I'm meant to be. This is me.